Good morning, this is Sally at Natural World Journals, just featuring another junk journal that I've recently finished. It is a windy day here in the UK and it's going to be stormy later, so that's going to be a bit grim. Anyway, here we have, I'm calling this In the Pink, this junk journal. It is, let's have a look, I've written it down, 6.5 wide by 8.5 long, 3 signatures, hidden spine, and I've used a few kits which I'll mention as I go through. So here we go. So on the front, I have actually done a fabric pocket that is what mirrors what, and it's a hidden pocket, if you like, that mirrors what's underneath. This is the lovely fabric, sort of a quilt effect, mostly pink, hence In the Pink. And in here we have a small booklet made with some scrap papers I have, edged with some of the material and a little bit of lace. So that goes in the front pocket. I found this little tiny bow in my stash that I thought I would use because it's quite pretty. Has a pink ribbon closure. No, what's it called? Book plate or anything. I just thought I'd sort of leave this one blank at the front. So here we go inside. No pocket on the inside. Some pretty pinks with bows and flowers on, sort of card that I got. I think the paper pack came from the range in the UK. Okay, here we go. So first signature. This is one of the kits I've used. It's called Shabby Ticking by Porch Prints, and I've used this throughout. The pages aren't quite wide enough, so I've edged them with some washi tape to make them the same size as the rest. I've also used a little bit of vintage paper pack by Weathered Textures, sort of made this frame here. On the other side, I have a belly band with 2 brads and a journal card. This is from the kit Pink Monarch Botanical, what are they called? Journal cards. And that's just onto some paper on the inside. I thought this was pink. It's a bit more purpley, so I have used a bit of that. Must be going colourblind. So here we go. So this is from AliExpress. I will show you some of the stuff I've bought from AliExpress. I'm a bit concerned it is probably nicked from other people, but not much I can do about that. A little bit of decoration there. Some papers here, little journal pocket here with a journal card, pretty little pink journal card, and some stamps and decoration on there. I love that page actually. So this is another one of the Shabby Ticking pages, and edged with the same sort of material and some washi tape and a sort of faux, what are they called? Yeah, tab on the edge. So pinks all the way through pretty much. I've actually remembered to put in my little circles that I always seem to forget to do. This one. Plenty of pages to write on, as always. Another Shabby Ticking page. And this is, I can't remember the book this has come from. The Island book, I think it's called. So I made a window envelope covered with some paper. And inside, one of the journal cards from Pink Monarch Botanical Journal cards. That just slips into there. Sort of a bit of decoration here and here, a little bit of ribbon on the edge. This is from the vintage paper pack, Weathered Textures, a little bit of those pages with another faux tab there. I saw this on, I've been watching videos recently, and I saw this on, I think it might be Kipps Korner I saw it on, but I sort of made some, I've got a tiny little punch, made some holes in and sort of reinforced it on both sides and just put some pink ribbon through that. And I've got a CD case here. I bought these from Etsy, I think, these ones. A little journal card that sort of beautifully matches the colours there with onto some green card that slips in the back of the, the CD case. And then another one here. The tab with the hole with the number, I don't know if you can see that, is from Camelia Craft Design. Again, I was watching loads of her videos. So thank you very much for that. I think that's added a nice little extra there. On the other side of the ribbon page, I used, using up scraps. I don't know if you can see that. This is sort of the edge of a paper pack, which shows the different images on it. I thought it worked quite well with a stamp and a little journal card there. Sort of, that all fits nicely with the pinks. So that's the end of the first signature. Second signature, slightly different colour, deeper pink. Again, one of the shabby ticking designs. I've printed onto different sort of coloured cards, so the colours have come out slightly different, but I quite like the dark effect there. Original book page, little sort of flip out there. It says glossary of botanical terms with a tag with some numbers. I printed out some numbers and just stuck them in. So that's printed there. It's on coffee dyed paper. Another shabby ticking pocket here with a nice journal card there onto some bowed paper. And a little circle with a little bit of ribbon there that I had in my stash, the ribbon. Another bit of shabby ticking, the blue, with some decoration on the side to sort of coordinate. Original book pages. This is dotted paper that I got from a sort of paper place I go to that sells cheap paper. Now I saw this, I'm sure I saw this on Kipps Korner or somebody, but I really like this idea. So we have a pocket here with a journal card. This is from England is a Garden, I think. And on the back, what I thought was a sort of pinky purple card on the back. These are sort of, I don't know, you sort of cut things up in, I don't know, just cut them up, piece of card up, stick them on the back. And then I've put in here a little booklet with some extra paper with a sort of nice colour bit on the front. And that just, because it's small, it just slips underneath those little bits of... So I thought that was quite effective. I like that idea. So thank you, Kipps Korner, I think that was. So thanks for that. Centre of the signature with the circles. The other side of... I have managed to find... I bought a vellum pack from the range again in the UK. And I haven't stuck that. I need to stick that bit down. But that's quite pretty on the edge of a white page, I thought. And coordinates nicely with that particular page. More of the blue. And then we have a flip up here with a number on the bottom. I hope you can see that. And inside we have a little pocket. Another journal card here onto some pink card. Oops, 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 oops. A bit of lace on the edge and places to write underneath. So I thought that was quite pretty. I saw this also on, I don't remember who I was watching, but it wasn't quite like this, but I quite like the idea of having a part of an envelope rather than a whole envelope. So basically I covered the edge of an envelope with, and then put a, what are they called? Yeah, eyelet in with another one on the other side. I reinforced, I sort of did that page, reinforced it, and then with some actual, I have some quite light coloured string, and then I put a journal card in there which sort of matched those onto some lovely pink hearts. Ooh, 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 ooh. In you go. And on the other side, to cover up the brad, I put a little bit of washi tape in. Original book page. And that's the end of the second signature. Third signature, more of that shabby ticking. This is on quite a dark. This one came out quite dark with some purpley bits for some reason. Some of my tea dyed coffee paper, coffee dyed paper, sorry. Another pocket here, again with, I don't know if you can see that, with a hole cut out with a number, a little tiny pocket here with a date and time and some little tiny extra paper there to write on that I've just slipped into there. Journal card here onto some pink card and a bit of decoration on the side there. Journal page. This is from the Victoria. I have sort of put two together with some copy paper. And the white again. Had this. This is from England is a Garden. It's a pull out there. Got a couple of journal cards in there. Little tiny one. And in the top we have a lovely image of sort of pinky onto pink card as well. That goes on the back there. More of the shabby ticking. I thought that's a really pretty one. I like that one. Centre of the signature. And then on backing sort of matching on the other side. I have a big journal card with some extra paper there. That slips in there with a sort of faux tab there. And we're nearly at the end. Some more paper. Last pocket here is a flip up with a little bit of extra paper that you can write on there. and lined with something from sort of coordinates pinky from my AliExpress finds. And in the top here, got a little bit down the edge, a little booklet for some writing that's just slipped in there. That sort of works with the pink across there. And the last bit of shabby ticking and my mark, and that is the end of my In the Pink journal. It should be on my Etsy store hopefully today. I've taken the pictures, I've just got to edit them and load everything up. So thanks for watching. I would be grateful if you'd subscribe. I've had quite a few views recently of recent journals, but subscriber numbers haven't gone up. So if you would press that button, I'd be very grateful. That's Sally signing out. I'm in the middle of another journal, so hopefully I'll be featuring that one soon, but I thought that would get this one up because I think it's very pretty. So In the Pink should be on my Etsy store hopefully later today. Thanks so much for watching. Appreciate it. Bye.